You are now entering the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.
Geek Speak, the definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello, you are listening to episode 13 of the 365Flicks podcast. I am Chris.
And I'm Kev.
This is the first episode in our brand new, shiny, awesome, amazing studio. So it could either go very, very well, or it could be a disaster, which is the theme of tonight's episode.
That is the theme, because this could end up being a complete and utter disaster.
It'll be fine.
We're not used to this. It's like, for those who out there are like legit listeners or listen every time we do an episode, you will know that the sound quality is, it's not great. We do the best we can, but that's because we wanted to get our verbal noise out to you, so we pretty much did it over Skype. But now we have tech.
Exciting. Nice to have tech.
We're like Tony Stark, we've got tech.
So yeah, tonight we are going to be talking about the latest news and gossip and all of that. Then we're going to be talking about the big finale of Game of Thrones that we saw last night in the UK. Then what are we going to be talking about after that?
I think after the Game of Thrones, by the way, the Game of Thrones, we're going to do like a season kind of recap and a finale. It probably won't take too long though, because
won't be a great deal to talk about.
It was like a massive damp fart, so we'll not bear on that for too long.
We'll get there.
But after that, you recommended the movie Norbit for me, because we do a section where we recommend movies for each other. It started off as sort of me trying to broaden Chris's horizons, and then he decided to recommend Norbit. So yeah, thanks for that. And I will be giving my candid review on Norbit.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
I mean, basically, you read my notes, you saw how it started, and it didn't get much better.
Yeah, I did laugh a little bit when you sent me the photo of the opening credits. What was it saying? You utter bastard.
Yeah,
something along those lines.
It was a tricky movie to watch. I was extreme. Well, we'll get to that later. But we also have Chris's awesome rendition, because he lost the debate, the Iron Man 3, the Dark Knight Rises debate.
Yeah, it's the final chapter of the big debate.
Yeah, you lost like there is no tomorrow.
Yes, I did, apparently.
So Chris will be giving us his rendition of this later. You ready for this? I hope you've been practicing.
I've been practicing.
I hope you have.
I've been practicing in the shower.
Do you think you'll make it?
I am going to surprise myself.
I honestly thought I was going to come in today and it was going to be up on the wall. The lyrics was going to be up on the wall for you to remember, but you seem fairly confident that you know what to say.
I've got the lyrics on my phone.
Right.
So, I was watching the video on YouTube earlier on, and I did kind of know the words. It's not exactly Eminem, is it? So it's not really that hard to remember.
It's a lot better than Eminem, to be fair.
My big thing will be getting through it when you bloody well sat there next to me.
I will turn away and, this is weird. I just want to point out, like, we listen to other podcasts where you can blatantly tell that they're sitting in the same room and there's a lot of electricity going on. I mean, like, the likes of the Jock and Nerd we listen to History of Bad Ideas, Musings of the Geek, the Skip to the End guys, the UK guys, and it sounds totally different and it feels fucking weird being sat beside you.
Well, yeah, it's tricky enough being sat in the same room as you at the best of times, so...
And the weirdest thing is, it's what we do all the time anyway.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much just, let's not make a big thing of it though. So here we are, episode 13, we are subtitling The Beautiful Disaster, which is why you made me watch a disaster movie. We are doing the top 5 of disasters, and we'll kick on. But first of all, as always... Oh, wait a minute, no, actually, I did want to say, that's kind of the news, I've got it in my news thing. Christopher Lee.
Yeah, I know.
Can we take a second for that? Because that's some bad shit.
We're not going to do a minute's silence, are we?
No, we're not going to do a minute's silence because nobody wants to listen to dead air. Just saying, can we all just think about it for a second? And the man's gone, and it's a fucking shame.
It is a shame.
So, the news.
The news.
Should have really thought of a segue for that.
Well, it's news.
So the news, let's crack on. Your first bit of news.
Okay. First little bit of news that I read today. Forrest Whitaker has been cast in Rogue One. We don't know what as, but he has been.
Forrest Whitaker. Which one's he?
The one from Last King of Scotland and...
Oh, right, yeah. The guy with the gammy eye.
Yeah.
He's got like one dodgy eye.
Yeah.
He's going to be in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Don't know what as, but...
Jabba? No, I'm not.
No.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of him anyway. I mean, I haven't seen anything he's terrible in, but I haven't seen anything he's great in either.
I'm struggling.
I'm struggling too. Species, he was in Species. That was a good film.
Was he really?
Natasha Henstridge.
He was in Good Morning Vietnam.
Is that the... Really?
He was,
that was like years ago.
He was the one who took over from Robin Williams when he got sent back home or something.
Really?
At the end. He did a really shit version. He did Good Morning Vietnam, and then it's not as good.
I'll be honest with you, it's a film I've never seen. It's a movie I haven't seen, and I do take a lot of grief for that.
What?
Yeah. And I don't know, like, it was never one that really tickled me. When it comes to my war movies, I like my Platoon, I like my Apocalypse Now. Vietnam, Good Morning Vietnam was just really, really kind of, I don't know, upbeat, isn't it? Is it a comedy?
It's a comedy drama.
Not for me.
It's good, it's worth a watch. I can't believe you've not seen that.
No, all honestly, I haven't seen it. I'll never lie to you. But I mean, Robin Williams, for the most part, I'm not a big fan of him anyway, or I wasn't. Good Morning Vietnam's not for me. But Forrest Whitaker, I don't know, I don't really have anything to say on that.
Well, like I said, we don't know exactly what he's been cast as, so...
I honestly thought we'd come to this episode because there was one thing that did strike me when I was doing my homework for the news. Like, I had no, like, Suicide Squad news. Like, there's been nothing.
They've kind of quietened down on all the leaks and stuff, haven't they?
They have.
Yeah.
Since David said...
Because they've finished filming the movie and there's nothing else to leak.
Well, yeah, they've pretty much shown us it already. But that was one of the things I kind of thought, you know what, I've got no Star Wars news and I've got no kind of Suicide Squad news, but you found something, so fair play. Not really that bothered about that one anyway.
I'm not really bothered, it was just a little bit. What have you got?
Sticking on the sort of, well, it's not sticking on there, but Rupert Wyatt has been, he made Rise of the Planet of the Apes, directed Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Mm-hmm. He has been confirmed, or he's in talks, to do the Gambit movie, because I know you like your X-Men, and he's doing Gambit, and Tates is still involved.
Okay.
You happy with Tates?
Okay.
Can't be any worse than Taylor Kitsch.
Is that who played Gambit in the...
Yeah.
Was it Wolverine Oranges?
That's just totally going to stay forever.
I've actually, I've got the box set and I've renamed it. I've just got put an orange peel on the front of the box.
A few episodes back, we what were we talking about? I can't remember what we were talking about. It was like top superhero movies sort of thing.
Something like that, yeah.
Chris, quite inebriated, had a few drinks and kept calling it Wolverine Oranges.
I did it once. I did it one time.
Once was enough. But it stuck to the point where when you were talking about Robin Hood or oranges, I feel that's going to be a thing. That's going to be.
I think it has to be.
So Kingsman 2.
Kingsman 2, yeah.
Confirmed.
You know what? I hadn't seen it. I watched it on Saturday night and it was fucking fantastic. Absolutely loved it. We
got a little bit of feedback on Twitter. About a week ago, one of the listeners, Johnny Sutherin, I used to work with him, and I must have hammered on about getting you to watch Kingsman 2, saying something about the church scene.
Yeah.
I must have been going on about it, and he went and watched it, and we got like a nice little tweet basically saying, well done lads, because he thoroughly enjoyed it.
That was nice to hear.
What's not to enjoy?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a wicked film, and I saw the second one, I saw it's confirmed. I'm happy.
And you've got same writers and directors as well,
yep.
So
everybody's still involved.
Yeah.
Although I did see something about an American Kingsman. They're talking about bringing in an American to join the Kingsman.
Right.
Is that going to be the same? Is that going to work?
Is it not the original lad, like?
No, like it's the original lad, but they're going to bring in an American Kingsman Secret Service.
Right.
So they're going to...
Oh, right, okay.
Within, not like an American actor. Well, he will be an American... You know what I mean.
So it's going to be like the CIA to our MI5 sort of thing?
Yes.
Right.
Aye.
I'm alright with that. That's okay.
I'm not. I want it to stay British, and I love the fact that it's just totally British. And I know you had trouble with Samuel L. Jackson's lisp.
I did. I just found it a little bit distracting at the start.
Well,
I did.
To be perfectly honest, I found it distracting all the way through. You just have to bear with it. Just fight through
I wouldn't say it didn't ruin the movie or anything like that, because it was so good, but it just distracted me a little bit is all.
It did me as well, it did, but I mean, the film is It's epic. It's brilliant. I do love it. That's not a word I like to throw about very often when I'm talking about my movies, but Kingsman it's a great film. And I'm sure I put it on my top 5 Brit films when we done that.
You did, that's right.
Back, which is quite surprising for a new film, a brand new film.
Well, I went all Hitchcock in that, didn't I? So.
Yeah, you did. I won't hold it against you. Pitch Perfect 3.
What?
Pitch Perfect 3. It has been announced for 2017.
Oh, brilliant.
What I'm trying to do now when we talk about the news is I'm trying to throw some stuff in there that you are clearly not going to like, and Pitch Perfect 3 was a winner for me.
I'm not really anything at Pitch Perfect. Just it's not my cup of tea. So
I've got a little girl at home who absolutely loves the balls of it.
Right.
Not as much as me, obviously.
Yeah, I can imagine you going about dancing and...
I do literally love it. And in the second one, they have like a German kind of a cappella group. I defy anybody to listen to a song by Das Sound Machine and not just sit there and love the fucking arse off it, because they are amazing. I'm going to get you to listen to it one night, and I think you'll just be like, Kev, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you have anything else?
I do, yeah. So it's been announced this week, or something, or maybe last week, that The Rock is going to be doing a remake of Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah. What do we think of that?
I mean, is that not one of those films that you shouldn't be touching?
It's no Jaws.
It's no Jaws, but there is like a select list of movies you should not be touching. And does that not make the list?
I don't know. I mean, it's a classic film, obviously. It's a good-ish film. It's weird as fuck and trippy as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. It's The Rock. He can do what he wants.
That was going to be my next argument. Literally, like, if it's The Rock, I'm in. I'm sold. It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. What you know, who's going to say no to that? Come on.
It'll be fine.
It will be fine, and I look forward to maybe catching it. But I honestly thought you have films like you say, Jaws. You should never remake that unless Affleck's up for it. You got films like Goonies. Should never be remade. No. Should never do that. I lump Big Trouble in Little China in there. I would have said no, don't bother. But like you say, it's The Rock.
I think it'll be all right. What's the worst that could happen? Speaking of remakes, they are nice.
That was a wicked segment,
wasn't it? They are remaking Kindergarten Cop.
What?
Yeah, and it's going to be straight to DVD apparently.
Obviously, is Arnie reprising the role?
No, it's a reboot.
So who's going to be playing him? Joel Kinnaman?
Don't know yet.
Jai Courtney?
Oh, it'll be Jai Courtney.
I'd be Jai Courtney. He'll do anything. You know, he will literally do anything.
To be fair, they're probably around about the same level of wooden, so...
Yeah, or maybe... Tom Hardy, he'd be a good Kindergarten Cop.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
He's too good for that shit.
I have to say, I started watching Mad Max last night. I sat down to watch it, and yeah.
Oh no, really?
I don't know why he's in it. I don't actually know if Max needs to be in that movie, because he does nothing. The film kind of starts, and he kind of does his opening monologue, and then he gets capped. Spoilers, by the way. I'm not going to go too far into it. But,
yeah, because I've not seen it yet.
No, but he gets captured, and then he meets a Morton Joe, who is the same guy from the first movie, which is awesome. Not as, like, in the first movie, he's a bit small and not that good, but in this movie, he's totally, like, yeah. But yeah, Tom Hardy doesn't really do anything. It's kind of the Charlize Theron show.
Right.
Which I did read a lot of. They said it was a very feminist movie, whatever the hell that means. But they said that. So I was expecting it. But I wanted more from Tom Hardy. Maybe
in the sequel.
Maybe. Mm-hmm. I'll give you the full report when I'm finished it.
Yeah, I don't want the full report because I've not seen it yet.
But I would never slag off another podcast on our show. I would never have a go at anyone. I just wouldn't do it because I wouldn't like it to be done to us. But I did listen to another podcast the other day, and they were talking about actors in films, and they got talking about Tom Hardy, and they basically sat there and said Tom Hardy has never made a good film. I want to take the time to set that record straight.
Oh, I'm calling bullshit on that.
That is total bullshit. Tom Hardy, he might not be the world's greatest actor, but they basically turned around and said there was no way he was ever going to win an Oscar. You know, I think you need to sit back and you need to watch films like Warrior,
Locke,
Lawless, Locke. Even as Bane, he was good. He didn't have much to work with. He didn't have to do very much, but he was good. You know, like Mad Max, you're not going to win an Oscar for, but you cannot turn around and say that he's not a good actor. And I'm not going to name the other podcast. I'm not going to do it. The Atomic Geekdom. That's just the way they roll. But he was really kind of picking at him. What was the big film that he said he didn't like was This Means War with Chris Pine.
Oh, that was all right.
I have that film on Blu-ray. okay, because me and the wife, we love that film. I mean, I love me some Tom Hardy, I love me some Chris Pine. The worst thing about that film is the fact that it's got Reese Witherspoon in it, but, you know, whatever.
You don't watch it for her, do you?
Nah.
No.
Not that film. I just want to get that off my chest because it's something that's been really bugging me. Like, I just want to put out there, Tom Hardy's a fucking great actor. And if anybody wants to get on board on the Facebook or the Twitter, let us know what you think. And we'll tell you you're wrong. So, there you go.
There you go.
Do you have anything else?
I do, yeah. Let's talk about Harry Potter.
What can be said about Harry Potter?
Well, we know that they are making a new movie. It's a spin-off, obviously.
Oh, right.
It's set 70 years before the events of Harry Potter. And it's based on a book that they use in class called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Right.
And this past week, fresh off of the Oscar win, Eddie Redmayne has been cast as the lead. Oh. What is he doing?
What is he doing? I mean,
he's doing there.
He's in that Jupiter Ascending movie, which, you know, was pants.
Oh, I watched, I think it was either an honest trailer, or Everything Wrong With, and they tore it apart. It was really funny. I've not seen it. I don't really want to see it.
It's the Wachowskis again. We were just on about them downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Wachowski movie. It feels like a Wachowski movie. It looks like a Wachowski movie, and, you know, it quacks like a duck. So, what more can you say? Anybody out there, do not watch Jupiter Ascending. You're just wasting your life. And that's got Tates in it too.
Spocky or so, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got muckle Spocky. He kind of looks like John Travolta in Battlefield Earth.
Oh dear.
Just less sexy. Nah, it's a terrible movie.
Oh.
Tates, what were you doing? You just go make your Jump Street 23. You know, Mila Kunis, Jesus. Surely Seth MacFarlane's got work, so just go there.
I think that's why she isn't in Ted 2, because she was doing that. No, surely not. So that came out like last year, didn't it?
Probably just because it's Ted 2.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be sucky.
I don't know. I didn't see the first one in the movie. I caught it on... I will see it. I liked the first one.
I hated it. Ted was terrible.
Oh, you're wrong.
I've got two more little bits. I want to give massive, huge props to Jurassic World. 511 million worldwide opening weekend. That is unbelievable for the movie that, you know, when you looked at the slate of movies this year, you didn't necessarily think Jurassic World was gonna...
You know what? I didn't. I knew it was going to be popular because it's a Jurassic Park movie, for God's sake. But
you know, it's got dinosaurs.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. That's great. I mean, you know, it's fantastic. Haven't seen it yet.
No,
but I will see it.
Yep, I'm dying to see it as well. But literally, just looking at the box office numbers, it now sits. It's the second biggest opening of all time. What two movies do you think is on either side?
I know that it knocked Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 off.
Aye, but that's like, is that not Taken's of all time? I'm talking about like opening weekend.
No, it was Harry Potter.
Was it opening weekend?
I'm sure it was an opening weekend record,
Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yeah.
Aye. It's not that.
Alright.
That's not. Number one
Avengers.
Is Avengers.
Right.
Number 3, Age of Ultron.
Wow.
So it's in good company. And of course, it just cements the fact that Chris Pratt is going to be fucking Indiana Jones. It pretty much has.
Do you think he's the new Shark in Jaws? He should speak in everything.
Is he the new Ben Affleck?
Oh, he's probably better.
No, nobody's better than Ben Affleck. Couldn't see Chris Pratt being Bruce Wayne.
More than Ben Affleck.
So I had that. It's just huge props because I didn't see that coming. Not a chance.
No, I didn't see it coming.
And I'm looking forward to seeing it. I just did not see that coming.
I have just one more bit before the regular "Oh, would you just fuck off" section.
Well, I've got a big thing before that, but do your bit.
It might be the same thing. I don't know.
No.
No. No. Okay. All right. I read a rumor today about the new James Bond.
Oh.
The bookie's favourite for the new James Bond? No. For anybody who's not familiar with this rumour, the bookie's favourite at the moment to replace Daniel Craig is Damian Lewis from Homeland, and no.
Do we need a ginger James Bond?
No, we don't.
No. That's just like taking a minority and just giving them, like, you know, the baton and running with it. I don't need a ginger James Bond. I certainly don't need Damian Lewis.
You don't think he's a little bit old? I don't know how old he is, but he just...
I know he's a bit older, but he looks about as young as Daniel Craig. He's probably looks younger.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it, but to be perfectly honest, I didn't realise bloody Idris Elba was hugely in the running, because apparently he was the favourite.
But, yeah, again, somebody said this on YouTube or something. By the time they get Daniel Craig's last movie, which I think is the one after Spectre, so you're talking, 4-5 years away before that is released. Maybe 4 years. He's going to be too old to play James Bond.
Yeah. I think Damian Lewis is going to be as well. Yeah. I read that this morning. I'm sure I posted that up on the Facebook page, and that I'm sure I even said, Guy Owerman or something like that.
You did say that, yeah.
I'm not remotely interested in that. To be honest, my love affair with James Bond lasted the Pierce Brosnan movies.
I think nothing beats GoldenEye.
No.
You know, I had a little bit think of what other British actors...
Have you got a top 5?
No, I've got a top couple.
Top couple?
Yeah, of... other actors out there that could possibly play James Bond after Daniel Craig. So the first one I thought of was, obviously, Robert Downey Jr. Because, why wouldn't you? He can do a British accent, he's shown that in Sherlock Holmes.
No, he can't. His British accent is on par with Johnny Depp. Alright? so let's not get this twisted.
That wasn't genuinely malicious, I just wanted to piss you off. The first one I thought of, I don't know what you think about it, Tom Hiddleston.
No.
No?
To be I just want to see him playing villains. I don't... He could be a Bond baddie.
He could be a Bond baddie, yeah. Next one, and again, I could actually see this, Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah. I could really see that, definitely. It's not going to happen, though.
Probably not. Depends what happens with Walking Dead, doesn't it?
Well, he's going to be on that till he's 80.
Unless he gets killed off.
Nah, they're not going to kill off.
Then they're going to get him at James Bond.
365Flicks
called it. The last one, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one, but I saw his name and he's a no bad actor. Is James Purfoy from The Following.
Well, the baddie in The Following. Nah, his face is too fat.
Well, they get a fucking personal trainer and lose a bit of weight. Jesus Christ.
He's got a bit of a fat face. I don't want to see that.
All right,
you know who would be a great James Bond? A fantastic James Bond. And he's quintessentially British. Like he's got everything. Danny Dyer.
No.
Would you not like to see James Bond just turn up and be like, "Oh, you slag. Oh, Blofeld, you slag."
Fucking cut you first, you...
Plus, at the end of the day, it would just mean that the Americans would be like, "Told you they spoke like that."
There's some Cockney for our guys over in Chicago. There you go. We've finally done some Cockney for you.
You slag. Before we move on to the would you just fuck off, which is our section where we deal with somebody who's really, really made us irate.
Or me.
This is like game news. And we don't tend to do game news, but I got up this morning and I fired up the laptop. I went on the Facebook. Den of Geek was on straight away. And I had to run to the toilet because I couldn't believe what I'd just seen. They are making a Shenmue 3. Did you ever play Shenmue?
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Oh, my days. Let me take you back about 14, 15 years to like a young Kevin Halden. Like I was... Yeah, I would say I was about 14, 15, so it must have been 15 years ago. I had the Sega Dreamcast.
Wow.
The machine that didn't last very long, and me and my brother Jamie, we used to sit and play the Dreamcast all day and all night. This game came out. Honestly, you've never played a game like Shenmue. Comes out, it's like 6 discs long, and it's on the Dreamcast, so you're doing a lot of loading. You're not getting through it in a month because of the amount of loading time. It was the first game I ever played that was like... It was really open worldy. It was like proper 3D. You were immersed so much in these characters, and it was just a phenomenal game. A couple of years later, I think it was like 1999 it came out. 2001 they released the sequel, Shenmue 2 obviously. And again, it was just phenomenal. It just ate our lives up. It was so immersive. Like the things you could do, like when you were battling, it was like a bit of a button basher. Like they would throw the punch in, you would press the block button, but it came up on the screen for you to press. You got jobs because it's set in Tokyo, Japan kind of thing, and you got jobs working on the docks as a forklift driver. And it sounds terrible, but honestly, if you play this game, Shenmue, what a game. Well, obviously it's E3 right now. And Sony had that big panel or that big show last night, and they announced they're putting $50 million into a new Call of Duty game because we need another one. Probably like Call of Duty 6.
That's had its day. It's done now.
It's done. But at the same time, they wasted maybe 2 or 3 minutes at the end where they brought out, what was his name? I've got it written down here. Yu Suzuki. They brought him out. He was the creator and director of the original games.
Right.
and they brought him out. And just after they'd said we're going to spend $50 million on Call of Duty, he announced that he was starting a Kickstarter campaign to get Shenmue 3 made. He needs $2 million to make Shenmue 3, which I think is a small target to be going for. But I suppose if it's a Kickstarter project, fair dues. Within 6 hours, he had 1.8.
Really? Huh.
This game, people have wanted this game for so long, and it looks like we're going to get it. They've even got a date of 2017, so if you're a Shenmue fan, just get on the Facebook, get on the Twitter, let us know. Pledge, bitches. I'm sure before I left the house tonight, I had a quick look at the Kickstarter, and it's past the 2 million. Obviously, they want more, because the more they get, the better the game is. Have you done this Kickstarter? Have you seen it?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I'm tempted. I think I'm going to pledge because I do want this game made. But if you pledge, I think it was $60, which to us, what's that? That's like £2 because inflation stuff.
£2
because of the currency. Yeah,
it's about £45-50.
Dollars aren't really worth anything, are they? So, but if you pledge $60,
it's like Monopoly money, really.
If you pledge $60, you get a physical copy of the game when it comes out, which I love that Kickstarter.
Can you just go on Amazon and do that?
I think well, no, because you get the pleasure of getting that game, but you also know that you helped create that game. Because of you and 300,000 other people, you got that game made. So I'm going to put out a 365 call. Please, if you're interested in Shenmue, if you want to play this game, please put some money down. Just pledge, get it made. Because I can't wait till 2017. I know that I recently sold my PS4. I will be rebuying one just for that game. Because that's my childhood right there.
Fair enough.
Do you not have a game like that? Do you not? If they said they were making another one, you would just go out and buy?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, good game.
Duck Hunt.
A duck hunt that works. You don't just have to push it on the screen.
Cheating bastard, you never did that. You can't be doing that. You've got to aim at it.
Hey, you never missed.
Well, yeah. I would say Knights of the Old Republic. That was the first game that I can remember really, really, really just playing hours and hours on it.
Well, this was the same. And I remember me and Jamie, like I say, we got to the end of the second game, and you made it to the Shenmue tree. It was like this mystical tree that you kept seeing all the time, and you made it there, and it turned into like this proper Japanese mythological, just awesome fucking thing. and it happened, and then slowly the credits started to roll, and me and Jamie were like, we're gonna have to wait like another couple of years. That was 14 years ago.
Oh no.
That was 14 years ago. So as you can imagine, when I woke up this morning, that was like 14 years of just storing it away. So I had to go straight to the toilet and just unleash the beast. I'm really happy about Shenmue 3. And if you are as well, let us know, please.
Brilliant.
So,
yep.
This is the place we come to get this out, and I had to get that out. I'm really, really excited. And to be fair, the post on Facebook today, I posted it on Facebook, obviously. It got quite a few likes and shares and comments. So there's people out there who want this game. So let's get it made.
Can't believe you, yeah.
Let's get it made. You, Suzuki, you lovely little Japanese man, get this game made. So the final section of the news is where you like to tear someone apart for something they've done.
Yeah, I've kind of already vented about this movie, but there was a bit of casting news this past week again that did actually make me say out loud, "Oh, would you just fuck off?" So my "Oh, would you just fuck off" section for this episode goes to Ghostbusters 3. Paul Feig, is it? Or Feig, or whatever the fuck.
Is this the Thor news?
This is the Thor news.
Yeah.
Basically, they have cast Chris Hemsworth as Janine.
It's perfect. Is he keeping the long Thor hair?
Oh, fuck knows, man. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, when they first announced that they were making Ghostbusters 3, I was really happy. I love the Ghostbusters franchise. And then it's just gone downhill from there. They first spoke about, before Harold Ramis died, bless him, about having the old Ghostbusters there, and they were going to be training a new team, which is that was going to be a mix of males and females. Fine, happy days, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. I wanted Eliza Dushku in there. I think she would have made a good Ghostbuster.
She would have been. I would watch that.
Yeah, and then these things happen. So It's now been made as a complete reboot and all that bullshit. But now it's just like they're going out of their way to...
Trying to destroy it is what he's doing. I mean, casting Melissa
McCarthy. He's trying to make, like, fucking Bridesmaids Heat Spy meets Ghostbusters, and it's just so fucking annoying. I mean, I'm not a fan of Melissa McCarthy, but even if she wasn't in it, what they're doing with it, where they're having an all-female Ghostbusters, you know, and then they go and cast sort of Chris Hemsworth as the receptionist and all that, and it's just like it's becoming a parody of Ghostbusters. It's becoming like it's like a fucking Star Trek episode where they cross into an alternate dimension and, you know, everything's reverse. It's just like they're going out of their way to do this now, and it's just really getting on my fucking nerves.
I mean, as soon as they dropped Melissa McCarthy's name, I was out. I'm not as big a Ghostbusters fan as you. I wasn't that bothered when they first said it was coming back. I thought, do we need that? But then, like you say, the idea of the old Ghostbusters kind of training new Ghostbusters, I thought that's quite interesting. I do like that. Get the right people, you know.
Yeah.
Sean William Scott, put him in there. I would have been up for that.
I would have. You know, they were dropping names like Jonah Hill in there. He would have been fantastic in there. And as I said, Elijah Dushku, because, you know, why wouldn't you?
But then they
get Buffy in there.
They dropped the Paul Feig bombshell, and as soon as they said that,
it's going to be the Bridesmaids cast.
As soon as they said that, I was like, right, I'm out.
And he came out saying anybody who's against this idea is sexist.
No,
I'm not fucking sexist. Fuck
not
you. Fuck you.
If anything, I'm just against really shit movies. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like some bad movies, but that is going to be a terrible movie.
I'm not going to see that. I'm not wasting my money on that shit.
But what is this thing about Melissa McCarthy? Like, and again, we're not being sexist. Like, who turned around and said that this woman was hilarious? Because they seem to think she's hilarious. And she isn't. She's the same character in every bloody thing she does. Yeah. She's that Molly character from bloody the TV show Mike and Molly. She just constantly plays Molly or some No. She done a movie with Susan Sarandon. Susan Sarandon, of all people. She made a movie with her and made her look atrocious just by being in the vicinity of her. And I'm sat there like, Susan Sarandon's a damn good actress. You know, she's up there. And she's making a movie with Melissa McCarthy. Jason Statham, I'm alright with that in Spy. What the fuck else are you going to do? Ugh. You know, he's got to keep his paychecks coming in. But Susan Sarandon's too good for that. Too good for it. But yeah, I totally agree with you there. Just, let's not have Ghostbusters anymore.
You know, it's not Ghostbusters for me. No, it's just, as I said, they're making it a parody of a Ghostbusters film.
It very much is feeling like it. It's feeling like it.
So yeah, that's my little bit rant for now.
Yeah, for now. You'll bring it up again later. But what do you think about the whole fact that they're supposedly making a male one as well? Like an all-male cast?
Oh, yeah.
But it's part of an expanded universe?
You know what? Fuck off with that as well.
It's the in thing? It's the in thing?
Apparently so. Transformers are doing it as well, apparently. Transformers are doing a fucking shared universe.
Kind of is a shared universe.
Fuck off.
What's that with Pacific Rim? That would be awesome. If you could do Pacific Rim crossed with Transformers, crossed with the Power Rangers, that's a movie I'm watching all day long. All day long. As long as you get the Green Ranger in, Jason David Frank. Because,
okay.
So you're happy with the news?
I'm happy with the news.
But you're not happy with that?
No, I'm not happy with that.
No, that's all good. No. We like to take time to just remind people that there are some stupid people out there. And right now, Paul Feig pretty much is a stupid person. However, he kind of sort of shares the same last name as an absolute genius.
This is true. Probably not related. Yeah, so
what we're moving on to?
Let's move on to Game of Thrones.
So we'll move on to Game of Thrones, which, to be fair, I don't think it's going to be... it's not going to be a long one, is it?
Not really. So yeah, let's move on to Game of Thrones.
So we're going to move on to Game of Thrones, but first I would just like to, because they've become our podcast.
Oh yeah, aye, it's bromance time.
Yeah, it's bromance time. Let's just, plus the fact that they played our promo on their last show. We have a promo now, by the way, but I'm going to play theirs, and it's the Jock and Nerd from, was it Chicago's Illinois? Did we find out if that's where they're actually from?
They're from Chicago.
So
I think there's only one Chicago in the US, isn't there? Correct us if we're wrong.
Probably, yeah. But anyway, they do like comic books, TV news. They don't really do the comic books so much anymore. They still do it, but they're just geeky motherfuckers. You know, they love their TV and as much as we do. And we've kind of made a point on the last few episodes of plugging them. because we like them. We
certainly do, yeah.
do. And like I say, they played our promos. I'm going to play theirs again for you. This is the Jock and Nerd podcast.
Jock and Nerd!
Oh my god, I would love it if she would stick her sword in me. Like, it was great.
Okay, that's actually the clamour that I made. See, this is what you get in the studio. You wouldn't get this if we were doing it on Skype, would you?
I'd like to apologise to the listeners for this unusual level of fuck-ups from Kev tonight.
Anyway, the Jock and Nerd.
Hey, are you a jock that likes comics?
Are you a nerd that likes comics?
Do you feel left out sometimes?
Well, then we've got the show for you.
I'm Imran.
And I'm Anthony.
He's the jock.
And he's the nerd.
And we host the Jock and Nerd podcast at jockandnerd.com. If you're looking for fun, entertaining, laugh-out-loud geek chat over all the latest Marvel, DC shows and news, visit jockandnerd.com.
Full spoiler podcast, lots of swearing.
You're such a jock.
You're such a nerd.
Oh, come on.
Shut up, nerd.
Okay.
So, the Jock and Nerd podcast, give them a listen. We like them, you should like them, and yeah.
Yeah, better shout out from me, actually. I loved the Spider-Man centric episodes from, I think it was last week. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and particularly the stuff about the sort of 80s.
Yeah.
That was some major nostalgia there, so thank you for doing that.
There was a lot of stuff on there, because I'm not a big Spidey fan, but there was a lot of stuff on there that I found myself, I was like, oh shit, I used to watch that.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, sort of the later on ones, because, kind of grew up. If anybody can see the studio right now, there's bloody shit all over the room that, not literally, that wouldn't work. Anyway.
It would disprove the fact that you've grown up.
Yeah, what are you going to do? But yeah, absolutely loved that episode. And I've actually got a bit of a challenge for the nerd, who is also a Spider-Man fan. He mentions Spidey in the comics all the time. And the challenge I've got for him, just for a little sort of 10-15 second section in your next episode, is I would like to know if you can recommend for me a couple of good Spidey stories. I've read a few of the graphic novels, but there's so many of them out there.
Yeah.
So if you could recommend a couple of them for me, I want to get back into that.
Proper big issues.
Proper good stories, sort of Civil War level stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
I want that. I want to get back into that. So, nerd, if you're listening, I hope you are. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I hope he comes back with some good stuff for you. And I would just like this the last episode when they had the lady on, I can't remember.
Danielle.
I can't remember. Well done. I am terrible with names. But yeah, they talked about Sandman, and I got the Sandman. I'm not going to say how I got it, but I got the Sandman, and I've started reading it. That's some fucking good shit.
You know what? It did sound really good. From what they were saying.
Sort of thing I probably wouldn't have picked up. I probably wouldn't have. But listen to the episode; they really wax lyrical on it, and it's brilliant. I've only read the first 2 or 3. But it's excellent, and fair play to you guys. Yeah,
and also, Danielle, if you are listening, you did say you were gonna.
She did.
I would definitely listen to your podcast, because you were really interesting. So.
Yeah, she was. So, we're going to move on to Game of Thrones next.
Let's talk about Game of Thrones.
After my colossal fuck up.
Still going strong.
He's still going strong.
Yeah.
He's still going strong.
Remember Ned Stark, he was a lot of fun, but he didn't make it past season 1.
Oh, no.
Robert Baratheon was part of that crew, but he never made it to season 2. The King of the North was cool, you said.
So cool.
Another favorite that ended up dead. You thought that Joffrey had to survive. He ain't in the credits for season 5. Baby, you know I'm the man for all seasons. Characters get cut.
So, season 5 of Game of Thrones.
Season 5.
Where do we start with season 5 then? On a whole, what do we reckon?
On the whole.
On the whole.
Quite an apt phrase to be using. Because it felt like I was shooting things out of my hole while I was watching it.
Graphic.
It was. I'm really disappointed.
It was the final 3 episodes. I think they picked up their game, but
Definitely.
Oh my god! Just before that, it just felt like 7 episodes of build up, of setup. it was the weakest season by far.
I mean, what you could say is that we watched the last episode. I literally just watched it this afternoon. You watched it last night. Obviously, the Americans got it on Sunday. It felt so much like half the things they did in the last episode should have happened way before they happened. I mean, the whole thing about Jamie's daughter / niece.
Spoilers coming up, by the way.
Yeah, big spoilers. You know what we're like. We're going to do it. We're not bothered. We don't care if you've watched it or not. Obviously we do. Let us know if you did. But yeah, the whole thing about Jamie's daughter, they could have wrapped that up like mid-season.
The whole Dawn thing for me was just a complete washout. They got what is it, Alexander Siddig, who plays Julian Bashir in DS9.
Yeah.
They got him in there. Awesome actor. He's been in quite a few movies lately as well. They got him in there, and he was in 2 episodes.
I think the Dawn storylines and the Bravo storylines, I think that's built up for season 6. It has to be because what the hell? Last year at San Diego Comic-Con, they unleashed all these characters, like you say, him out of Deep Space Nine, all the Dawn people. They unleashed all these people at Comic-Con as if they were huge things.
Yeah.
So what the hell?
Yeah, it was just really disappointing. The whole season, it was just sort of one of those seasons where you're just waiting for the level of awesome kick-assness. That you got in every single episode in previous seasons. Now, I think personally they went off the books in previous seasons, but they departed from the books for this season, and you can totally tell.
They've been saying that they went off book, like certain characters have died who shouldn't have died and carried on who shouldn't have carried on. But I mean, those books are they're like huge stories. George R. Martin, brain. He must have a mind palace. He must. Because the things he remembers and the things he has written in those books is unbelievable. I've not read them myself. I've tried to read the first one. I just got nowhere with it. They can't go off book all the time. They have to change these things.
Well, that's it. I mean, the thing is, because he's in the process of writing book 6 at the moment. Yeah. Which is sort of past due kind of thing. So they were going to have to. Eventually, they were going to have to. Yeah. So it was going to happen eventually, but it's no excuse.
Do you think they've gone too far off book?
Well, I don't know. I've not read the book. So.
Well, obviously, yeah, but it just seemed like there was nothing going for this series. Those first 4 episodes leaked, and if anybody who ran out and downloaded those episodes, I feel sorry for you because you didn't get anything any quicker than anyone else. Yeah. It might have taken us 4 weeks to watch them, but Christ.
Well, I mean, the first 2 episodes, it was all built up.
It was nothing.
It was all sort of catch up of the different characters. That's all we got for the first 2 episodes. There was maybe a fight scene with Brienne, whatever. Yeah.
Where the fuck was she the whole series?
Well, she was watching the fucking the big tower in Winterfell. That's where she was stood for 3 bloody episodes, waiting on Sansa lighting a candle. That's all it was.
I did laugh in the last episode when she went to light the candle and she just walked.
Oh, she did it because she saw Stannis coming, didn't she? And she fucked off. Yeah,
that did make us chuckle. But no, let's just talk about some of the things that did happen, if we can think of any. I know in the last episode I had a proper rant because people were going nuts about the Sansa rape, and I could not understand why people were going nuts about the Sansa rape. A, you didn't see it. B, it should have happened series ago.
So you wanted Sansa to be raped a couple of seasons ago?
I'm not saying I wanted her to be raped, but to be fair, if she had been brutally murdered a couple of seasons ago, my interest would have peaked a lot.
Well, that's the thing with Sansa. You kind of, at the end of season 4, you got the impression that she was kind of sort of, just strapped on a pair sort of thing, and she was finally gonna.
She had the black dress.
Yeah, she dyed her hair black, which apparently makes all the difference.
And then 2 episodes into the new series, she's dyed her hair ginger
she's
again.
Crying again.
Yeah, it was pant. Peter Dinklage. Let's just touch on things we did like, because there's a lot we didn't like. So let's just touch on the things that aren't going to take long. Dinklage was awesome.
Of course.
Personally, don't think we saw enough of him this series. I mean, he spent a while in a box. And
That's
then,
true.
And then he was kind of on the road.
He was on a big sort of cart thing. And
Yeah, but the man was astounding,
Oh, yeah,
as
of course he
always.
was.
As always, I'm glad Jorah's back. Still in the friend zone though. Need to get him out of
he's
there.
not coming out the friend zone.
No, he's not getting out. Davros.
Davos.
I quite-
Davros is Doctor Who.
I actually quite enjoyed him this series. For the most part, he's the character that I just think, why are we seeing this? Is he purely there just to shag Daenerys? Like, that's all I ever think. But no, he
Davos
was-
is the beardy fella that hangs about with Stannis.
Ah, right. So what's the guy called who hangs about with Daenerys?
Beardy fella too?
Beardy fella too. Davos is good as well though.
Davos.
He's been really good this series, the whole series. I'm quite looking forward to when Melisandre actually tells him what happened to the
She's
Ben.
not going to tell him.
She's gonna have to. He's gonna have to find out.
Well, unless one of the deserters comes back. We'll touch on that in a second when we get to talking about the finale.
Yeah, I mean the series on the whole, the series didn't feel good. On the whole, the series didn't feel very good.
I was waiting for it to get good for pretty much the whole series, and that's not good.
Like you say, most series before now has maintained a standard.
Yeah.
And this one, it just seemed us to want to be bored so that when they tried to shock us, it was really shocking.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose not every series can be, massive things happening all the time and that. But Game of Thrones has never been about that. It's never been about action. I mean, in season 4, for example, some of the best scenes in it were Tyrion in the cell speaking to Jaime.
The best scenes? Tyrion's monologue during the trial. I demand a trial by combat. He was fucking awesome. But I mean, the series kind of dwindled on. Like you say, we've got 7 episodes of just nothing. It might as well have been a Lord of the Rings franchise. And then all of a sudden, episode 7 was the one where it really kicked in. Was that Hard Home or was that 8?
8.
7 was the rape.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
8
then,
was the thing with the White Walkers. Yeah. Was it? Yeah.
Well, 7 was a decent episode because we got loads of Ramsay, and Ramsay's just badass. And then 8 was Hard Home. Hard Home was just fucking phenomenal, to be fair. I meant to check up before we done this. When I was doing my homework, I meant to check up. Was that a Neil Marshall episode?
Haven't got a clue.
Because he tends to do those big ones. Like he done, when Castle Black got attacked in the last series. That was Neil Marshall. You got that like escaping shot. That was all one shot and all the battle was going on.
Yeah.
That was the Neil Marshall episode. He'd done like The Descent and Doomsday and Dog Soldiers. British director.
Yeah.
I need to find out if he done Hard Home because that was totally just had his name written all over it. And I think he only ever does one episode a series.
Is it like the big one?
Usually,
yeah.
Because he's the good director. But again, fair dues to the guy who directed the last episode. I didn't catch his name either. I didn't catch his name. There was some stuff in that last episode that was really well shot.
Yeah, of course there was.
And I found myself thinking, damn, this episode is really well shot. It's shit, but it's really well shot.
I wouldn't say it was shit exactly. Let's talk about the last episode then. Let's talk about the
Let's
final
do
episode.
it because this whole series was just...
So we've had the scene with the shocking, horrible, disgusting scene where Stannis allows his daughter to be burned alive.
Jesus, man. I mean, I put a big rant on Facebook and I did pretty much... I told you I was out.
You did, that's right.
That to me, that was too much. Like when you want to talk about too much, Sansa being raped is not too much. That girl who's already got like a scaly face, she's all, kid's got problems. Stannis is her dad. She's got the friggin' red witch thing kicking about. Her mother clearly doesn't care about her, and you're gonna burn her fucking alive. What the hell was that about?
I think it was well shot.
It was well shot.
I think the scene was well shot.
Well, I mentioned that to you the last time we spoke about how it kind of focused on the mother, and then it kind of showed her which was the backlash at the start of this episode.
Waited until she was on fire before she started saying no.
Did you have a problem with that?
A little bit late now, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. There's not much you can do, is there?
No.
Her legs is already like little bits of bacon.
Well, exactly.
so-
She's already fucking screaming. She may as well just die now. Anyway, so we've had that big shocking scene. So the final episode starts. Well, it's apparently worked.
Yeah.
Where the icicles are melting and all that. Maybe it's just from the fire. I don't know. So everything's apparently going, all cock a hoop. And then it turns out that half of the army is defected because Stannis allowed this to happen.
Good for them.
Again, you know, they were quite happy to stand by and let a little girl be burned alive.
Yeah, they didn't seem to have any problems.
Maybe just they couldn't sleep because of it.
To be fair, though, they did say the path was now clear because the snow had been melted. So they didn't really have a choice, but now that the path's melted, they can walk away. So maybe that's what it was. Just some clever writing. I don't know.
Meh. So we've got that. They've all fucked off, and then also his wife has hung herself.
Were you bothered?
No.
No.
So moving on from that. So
I did kind of sit there and go, a bit of a Nelson Muntz. That's just kind of whatever. And to be fair, Stannis did look a bit gutted, but then he got told that the red witch had also fucked off.
yeah. So she's gone back to Castle Black.
Because apparently that's a character you don't want to kill. Like, what's that about?
I want Davos to kill her.
Right, which is going to happen.
But you see,
And that's the guy that's shagging Daenerys.
No, it's not. Come on there. That's Davros.
Oh, Davos.
In his chair.
So
where do we go after that then? After I can't remember.
We got a quick glimpse of Jon Snow talking to Sam.
Oh yeah, it doesn't go and be a maester.
Pointless.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much setting you up for the finale, like for the last scene. That's all that was. It was just, exposition. And then we went to, was it Stanos? Stanos? No. Sansa went to put the candle.
Yeah, we've got Brianna Tarth waiting there for Sansa to light the candle. Sansa has finally broken it because she can, she's like a velociraptor. She can kind of open doors now. So she's sort of going up to light the candle. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, pointless.
And then when she finally fucking does that, Brianna Tarth has seen Stannis coming, so she's sort of having some of that, and she's fucked off and left Sansa to it. As she did, because,
This is how good they've been writing Brienne. That whole series where she was hanging about with Jaime, I thought she was a great character. When she was kind of floating about with him, I had no idea why she wanted to kill Stannis. And even when she started telling him, something about Renly Baratheon, I was just kind of like, where on earth has this come from?
Well, did you not know that? Did you not realise that?
No.
Really?
Honestly, I did not know why she wanted to kill Stannis. And then when she started talking about it, I was kind of like, the fuck's Renly Baratheon? Was that the guy?
This is when we first met her.
Right.
She was in the service of Renly Baratheon, who is Stannis' brother. Stannis' brother.
Yeah.
Who was, I think, married or engaged to Marjorie.
Right.
And he was also shagging Marjorie's brother, and all that. And then they sort of, I think, was it season 2 this, maybe? Season 3? Season 2. Because Catelyn Stark was there speaking to Renly, and then, how Stannis... So Catelyn Stark was there speaking to Renly, trying to, get his troops there to sort of help Robb and all that.
I vaguely remember
and Stannis had shagged the witch woman, and so she gave birth to a big sort of cloud.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that had Stannis' face, and he sort of went through Renly and killed him and stuff.
She gave birth to the Black Mist from Lost.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that never came back either.
So that's where that came from. Yeah.
No, I was sat there kind of I don't know if it's because I don't really care about Lady Brienne anymore.
No. They've completely wasted that character. I mean, maybe she'll have more to do.
Well, they've sat her on the bench this series. That's what they've done.
Oh, yeah. She's just been walking.
Yeah.
The whole series, she's just been walking about. She had one action scene maybe early on. But that's it.
So we'll move on from her, because she killed Stannis, by the way. Spoilers. Stannis is dead now. And then it kind of...
I did like that scene where Stannis' army, who looked fucked, sort of thingy up to Winterfell, and he's going, let's start the siege, prepare for a siege, get the supplies ready and all that, and then just the Bolton army just sweeps out, and he just kind of gets a look on his face like...
This is what I'm loving about the Boltons, Ramsay and Roose. Whatever you think they won't do is what they're going to do. They just absolutely balls deep. They just go for it. I mean, we knew Ramsay was a sadistic little fuck, but it's turning out that Roose is kind of getting there too.
Yeah, And Ramsay did have some a good little scene where he was sort of saying, I surrender and all that, and he kind of just went, oh, that's nice.
I wish he had said, oh, that's nice.
Oh, bless, you're so sweet.
No, that was... Ramsay's kick-ass. I mean, Ramsay for the king for me. Like, I hope he takes the throne.
Oh, yeah. I was really, really glad that nothing happened to him. I kind of thought they were going to do something like Theon kills him or some bullshit. But
let's talk about that scene.
Let's talk about that scene.
Yeah, the biggest, like, just waste of time scene ever. Alfie Allen, Theon, finally grows a bit of balls. He is so fucking dead when Ramsay finds out about that girl. He's so... He's gone. He's done.
I don't really care.
Wicked death, though, when he pushed her off the side. That was pretty damn
she
cool.
She did kind of have a bit of a thump.
But what was with, like, the Thelma and Louise ending? Like, the two of them holding hands.
The bloody cuts. So we're going to have to wait a fucking year before we find out if they're... Obviously, it's like a snowdrift or some bullshit, but...
I was kind of looking at it like, I don't know. And then they jumped and I was like, really? Well, you've done it. Yeah. So let's not waste time with that.
Let's go to easily the best scene in the episode, the scene with Arya.
Oh, Arya, for me, this whole series, I've had her written off. She's been doing my nutting. That scene was just superb. Absolutely superb. Basically, you knew it was her. You knew it was her.
Yeah, as soon as, because she kind of did a little bit of a Bane thing,
Yeah.
The guy, I think, we're assuming that everybody's seen it, but, the sort of paedophile fella. So he sort of hits Sansa, and she doesn't respond, and just, kind of takes her face off and goes, doesn't matter what my name is, it only matters what our plan is, or whatever.
Nobody knew who we were till we put on the masks.
Yeah. Furry in my head, but there you go. Anyway, so
I had no idea where you were going with that. But yeah.
So she sort of stabs him in the eyes, and
she got
stabs him like fuck in the chest.
She got really stabby.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, I was happy with that scene.
When she picked him up and she had him by the head, she's like, "What is your name?" It was just like, I've been waiting like 4 series for this. Arya's. She's come on and I'm hoping they develop that even further.
Well, she went back to the monastery or wherever it is, and what the hell did happen there?
Well, Jaqen was just kind of playing tricks on her.
They punished her because she'd killed someone who wasn't hers to take, and they sort of made her blind, and that's how we left her. So
that was a bit strange.
So I don't know how.
Maybe I'm missing something there, but nah, I didn't know what was going on there. Jaqen done a couple of little cool tricks. He was all like, I'm dead and I'm not dead.
He poisoned himself and fell to the ground, and then he was the annoying little bitch.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that.
I'm happy about all of that. Jaqen, I've told you way back in, what series was it when he first got introduced, like series 2? He was easily my favourite character.
Yeah.
He was only in it for like a couple of episodes. Easily my favourite.
It was series 2 because it was when Sansa was all sort of on the run, and no, not Sansa, sort of Arya. Sorry, she was on the run, and so we're happy with that. Definitely one of the best scenes in the whole series, to be honest. But
the stabby of the eyes was just awesome.
Yeah,
I was kind of like, oh yes, here we go.
I did kind of punch there a little bit of that.
Total Judd Nelson punch.
Yeah.
So what happened after that? We went to Dawn for a little bit, didn't we? And Jamie got the daughter back.
Yeah, Jamie got the daughter back, and then
they killed her.
She died.
Spoiler.
He told her that he was her father. Yeah. Didn't even do a Darth Vader voice. There was no point in that.
But she was all totally like, I know you're my dad.
Yeah.
I know you've been humping my mum, and wasn't bothered about that. Yeah. Makes me wonder what's going to happen to the lad though, to Tristan.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Makes me wonder what's going to happen.
Well, surely there's going to be Hitlon between the Lannisters or King's Landing and Dorne.
I think that's going to be the next big battle, but are you bothered about the Lannisters anymore?
Well, let's talk about the Lannisters. So we've got... Well, Tommen has hid himself away in a room because his mum was locked up and his wife was locked up. He's just... Fuck him.
He's no Joffrey.
He's no... Nah.
No Joffrey.
Joffrey would have had that shit sorted.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody would have been dead, but sorted nonetheless.
He would have just lined his mum and his wife up and been like, right, I've got a crossbow. Who's taking it?
So we have the scene where Cersei's sort of confessed, and so she's been marched through the streets with the annoying woman behind her going, shame. That was, God, my fucking nerves.
What, right? When it comes to beating you over the head with a stick in this TV show, the one thing I was always happy that they touch on it a lot, but they don't dwell on it, is like the whole politics and the religion. Politics is always there, it's constantly there in Game of Thrones. Religion, they've really fucking driven that home this series.
They have, yeah.
But that scene, for me, what a waste of time. Like, that was like 10 minutes where they could have done something else.
It went on way too long. I kind of like the idea of it. Just to touch on it briefly, because people have been screaming about it, is
people annoyed at this
the
now?
CGI was not too great. Apparently Lena Headey
Yeah.
was pregnant when they were filming that, so they had to use a body double and CGI her face onto it. There were a few points in it where it was like, that looks weird. But you know what? Fuck off. We're not getting caught up on that shit.
The only thing I will say about that is that explains why the boobs were terrible. Because I kind of thought Cersei would have magnificent boobs, and in that she looked like a boiler. She did, and it wasn't the short hair. You like that one, did you?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I saw the CGI. There was a couple of bits where it looked not too great, but whatever.
Let's be honest, these whiny bastards were going on about Sansa being raped, so
yeah, that's it.
We're not going to dwell on
Shut
that.
the hell up. There were a lot of people with the Tourette's in the crowd, though. The first guy, it was sort of silent, and as they were walking down the stairs and that, and then the first guy goes, "Cut!" And then there was another one a few seconds later goes, "Fuck off!"
I pretty much I counted after the first one. I heard the C-bomb get dropped 7 times in that one scene. That's got to be a quota for a series.
That must have been a really cool scene for the extras.
Oh, yeah.
Just, you're going to get your star sort of walking, this body double of the star walking down the street, and you're just going to swear like hell.
The scene was terrible. It made no sense to me. I got sick of the whole religion thing back in episode 3.
I'm not a fan of religion on a whole. Whatever.
Game of Thrones doesn't need to smack me over the head with it. It was like when you watch that film that you loved, Biodome, and he smacks him with the book. That's what Game of Thrones turned out to be. Like, they were just throwing religion in my face, and I was just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
But it did lead to probably my second favourite scene in the episode with the mountain.
The zombie mountain, yes.
The mountain is a zombie.
You know what I did? I wanted them to say, go out there and kill every single one of those bastards. But then I sort of pressed the info button on the Skyrim one, and it had like 4 minutes left, and I was like, shit.
I thought he was going to do that, when he was like, he's taking a vow of silence until he kills every last person who is upset, and I was sat there like, go and do it now.
So obviously that's going to be huge in the next season.
It makes you wonder where they're going though, because he's a zombie.
Yeah.
He's been dead for like a series and a half.
Well, there was a scene earlier on in the series where the doctor fella, the sort of a bit messed up one, he was lying in the background and he kind of flinched and he went, shh, which was creepy as hell. But that was very, very cool.
I'm happy to see him back. Whether it's not really him, but I'm happy with that. And then that led into the what do you call it? Like the obvious finale.
Not quite. We've got the scene with Daenerys. So, we cut to Marine.
Yes.
Where we've got Tyrion and Jorah.
A little bit of politics.
And Davros and whatever. Speaking, and so they're going away to find her, and Tyrion and whatever are gonna be running the city. Fine, whatever. That's
I'm
fine.
alright with Tyrion doing that. That's what he was going there for anyway.
And then we cut to Daenerys, who's with a Drogon who's bust from a couple of spears. What kind of pussy-ass dragon is that?
He looked pretty fucked, like, and to be fair, at the end of that last episode, he looked magnificent. It was like, he's like blowing everybody on fire.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that was so cool. And then he got like two spears in him. I mean, I suppose, you could say, well, put 2 spears on you, Chris, and see what happens. But I'm not a fucking dragon, am I? So,
but he did look pretty...
He was just busting, he wasn't moving, he wasn't getting up.
Didn't make sense.
So then Daenerys kind of goes down to look for food, and then, well, I take it as like sort of what was the tribe that she was in?
The Dothraki.
Yeah, is it them?
That's who I thought they were. It might not be. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is.
I think it is, yeah.
They kind of look kind of Khal Drogo. I mean, the first guy, when the first guy turned up and you got the view from behind him, I thought it was Jason Momoa. I was sitting there,
I did actually,
I was sitting there, Jason Momoa's back. But yeah, it wasn't.
So that's how we left her. She's all been, sort of...
Let's be honest though, we've left her in worse places.
Yeah. So, just whatever. And then we get on to
the big finale that people seem to be split on this. They seem to think it's the worst thing that's ever happened in Game of Thrones. Other people seem to love it. Me personally, I'm gonna say it. A couple of episodes back when we talked about the show starting, I called it. You asked me who was gonna die this series, and I said Jon Snow. Mm-hmm. So there's a big spoiler for you. Jon Snow dies. Is he dead?
No, I don't think he's dead. You've got the Red Witch woman there who's going to bring him back. But again, I've brought this up before. Where the fuck was Ghost?
Yeah, that was a big problem for me. The dog
He's been in it, once?
Aye.
With Sam.
Did they just not want to use that? Because
I don't know. Maybe it's like a get out of jail free cards, I guess.
But they always seem to be really shy on using like the card, the direwolf card.
Isn't he the only one left? Or is there one with Bran?
I think Bran's still got his.
But because that was maybe that was the last time I had a rant about it at the end of season 4 when they had the sort of skeleton fellas coming up out of the ice and is this called Summer?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. And he killed one of them. Maybe he was chewing on a bone. But he killed one of them and then you didn't see him again.
He killed one and then blatantly let Jojen just die.
Yeah. So yeah, we've seen Ghost once maybe in this season. So we get the little fella who I was actually liking at the start of the series, comes in and says, we've one of the wildlings has got information about your uncle or some bullshit.
Your Uncle Benjen. Why are they talking about the Uncle Benjen?
Who's still alive.
I know that was a ruse to get him to where they needed him so that they could all just go stabby on him. But why use Uncle Benjen? Is that going to be something in the next series? Are they going to bring this in?
Well, no, because he's dead.
Why talk about it then?
To get Jon Snow out of the room. They could have just said we've got Ned Stark out there.
they could have said anything. They could have said Sansa's at the front gate.
Sansa's asking for you.
I think Sansa's
She's on the
phone. And then he gets there and they just stab the shit out.
To be fair, the bit where they were all stabbing him and going for the watch, that was alright. That was pretty cool.
I think there's better ways to kill a character like Jon Snow than just stabbing him.
See, I was warming up to him. I didn't want him to die after the whole fighting with the White Walkers and all that. I like that,
Before the series started, I wanted him to die big time. I will admit I'd warmed up to him and I didn't want him to go, but I wouldn't say I was gutted.
Your whole theory about him having the same mother as Daenerys.
Yeah,
I like that theory, and I was hoping to maybe find out. They've sort of kind of been dropping hints about Jon Snow's mother. Yeah. They need him if they're going to answer that. They need him there, don't they? So.
There's been theories come out, as you said earlier, there's been theories that have come out, and one of the theories, and it's the one that I hope comes true because it totally just makes everything I've said about who his mum is, totally just right, to be fair. And they're saying that apparently if you die within the walls of Castle Black, but you're not burnt, you can rise again or something like that, or some shit. It's like a big thing, I don't know. But they're basically saying that Jon Snow is dead, however, he will rise again as Jon Targaryen.
Oh.
Because apparently they think that his mum is Ned Stark's sister. This is only a theory. I don't think it's ever been proven. I don't think it's actually proven in the books yet. But they say that he is the son of Rhaegar Targaryen, which is Daenerys' dad, and Lyanna Stark, which is Ned's sister.
Oh, right.
And they say that because he's died at Castle Black, he could rise again as Jon Targaryen. This is the theory now. There's a couple of theories, but that's the one I like because it just means I'm right.
Fair enough. I just think the red bitch is going to bring him back.
She could easily do that as well. She'll just shoot him out of her cooch. a smoke version of him with Jon Snow's face. So are you looking forward to the next series?
Yeah, of course I am. It's Game of Thrones.
We've got 10 months to wait.
Yep.
So anything else you want to say about Game of Thrones?
No.
It was a bad series.
I wouldn't say it was bad exactly. It
It's the worst.
weaker than.
It's the worst so far.
Yeah.
It's 24 Series 4 is basically what I think it was.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's with 24 Series 4, it's fallen on from the strongest series.
Aye.
So it's, and I would say season 4 of Game of Thrones
Oh, definitely.
was a strong as hell series. So
Purely because of Dinklage. Do we think Dinklage is going to win the Emmy or the Globe for this one? Because he hasn't done a great deal to warrant it this year.
he got a lot of good stuff to work with season 4. So nah,
But has he not
Maybe,
won,
I mean-
has he not won it every year, so he'll just get it anyway?
just by default. Yeah.
So we're going to move on to the next session, which is our top 5 best worst disaster movies.
Yeah.
But first, we're going to do a little bit of pimpage. Buckle up for some pimpage, folks. Thank you all for checking out the 365Flicks podcast, the podcast that loves dropping its verbal load all over your earholes. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podomatic, and musingsofageek.com. Why not drop by the Facebook page and like us, share us, and drop us a comment? You'll find us at facebook.com/365flicks.com, or you can even hit us up on the Twitter bird, twitter.com/365flickspod. Then, of course, there's the YouTube channel for all those people who like to have some pictures to go along with the words. Get yourself on YouTube, type in 365Flicks, and you'll find our playlist. So why don't you like, follow, share, rate, review, comment, subscribe, and repeat. Do you need something new and refreshing to listen to? Get your ass to musingsofageek.com, where you can find such geeky and entertaining podcasts as History of Bad Ideas. The HOBI gang discuss all things geek in comics, movies, and TV, and pretty much everyday life. Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks. Neil and Annalise discuss the geekier side of their lives. Tune in each week. That'll Play podcast with Matt and John. They cover the spectrum. Good luck on the live episode, guys. How is this movie? Dana was my first pod subscription, and I never looked back. He's interesting and informative, yet entertaining. Then, of course, there's the flagship show, Musings of a Geek podcast. These guys cover it all. A lot of fun to listen to, I have to say. And of course, you have Graphic Novice. It's all comics all the time. If you want to know about comics, listen to this show. Before I leave you, I want to give a big shout out to William Mill, the creator of our guitar shredding intro. Do us a favour and show Will the love. Check his awesome video metal tracks at soundcloud.com/girlsmelon. That's GIRLZ-melon. If you like what you hear, why not go and check his videos on the YouTubes? Simply type in Girls Melon. Look for him on Facebook. Search for Girls Melon. Like, share, comment, show the love, because I think we all agree talent deserves credit. And if you do happen to take some time out of your day to go and check out these guys, whether it be the podcasts, whether it be Will's guitar shredding, don't forget to let them know who sent you. It was 365Flicks. And now it's back to the lads at 365Flicks HQ, our vocal heroes of pissy opinion. We're going into the top 5 best worst disaster movies. Did you put any kind of rules on this for yourself?
Well, I did at the start. Then I was struggling to find anything. So I looked online for disaster movies or movies where a lot of bad shit happens, kind of thing. Because I wanted to put a particular B movie in there.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're going to say.
Probably aye. But then it ended up 2. So it's kind of like I chose some disaster movies where they're maybe not considered to be great, but I enjoyed them. So I think that's...
I pretty much went for the same thing. It was like, I tried to stay away from mega budget movies, but some of them are quite big budget. And yeah, so I'll let you start. You can start with your number 5.
Okay, let's have a look. Also, if anybody disagrees with our lists, remember to go onto the Facebook page.
Why not? You love that. That's why I left it in. You absolutely love that. I know I've made the new promo, but yeah, I like the fact that why not check out the Facebook page?
Facebook page,
But
sorry.
you have to remember, that was back in the days when we were just starting out.
Yeah.
You know, so it's nostalgic.
I take the piss, but I probably would have sounded just as wanky, so...
Asshole.
Sorry, right, so my number 5 is Dante's Peak.
Dante's... Okay.
What's wrong with that?
Exactly what is wrong with that? Dante's Peak is an awesome movie.
You know, it's... I like the movie. I've got it on Blu-ray downstairs. Nothing wrong. I enjoy the movie, but a lot of people slate it for various reasons.
Those people are wrong.
So, I enjoy the movie, but it's not considered to be
Yeah, I suppose.
a classic movie. They also had Twister on there, for fuck's sake.
Twister?
I googled, like, bad disaster movies, and they had Twister on there.
No,
Fuck that.
Twister's epic. Whenever it's on ITV, that gets watched. Every time. I like Dante's Peak. I'm a bit surprised you've put it on there.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm standing up for it by putting it in there.
Technically you are, because you're saying it's a bad movie. The best, worst. That's not really standing up for it.
I
It's
think
the
it
best
is.
of the worst.
Yeah.
I think that's where we got a bit tongue-tied.
We did a little bit. We maybe should have spoken about the rules beforehand.
Well, the only rule I put in now is that, like, I didn't put any rules in. I just really couldn't fucking choose a top 5, so I just went for it. My number 5 is the movie 2012.
Fair enough. But then you're saying it's kind of good.
No. That's why I've put it at number 5, because it's the worst of my worst movies.
Oh, I'm confused. I've got a headache.
So, it's a Roland Emmerich movie. Roland Emmerich normally tends to make good disasters. It's where his bread and butter is, really. Day After Tomorrow.
I wouldn't say they're good disaster movies.
Day After Tomorrow's good. He did Independence Day as well, didn't he? So, I mean, he's got pedigree. 2012, though, what a... All I can say is the history of bad ideas, guys. We mentioned this a little while back, and all they had to say about 2012 was he outran an earthquake sort of thing with a limo. And he's like, so John Cusack deserves props for that. And all that makes me think is that's just a terrible damn movie. So that got put in there.
Yeah. My number 4 is Volcano.
Yay! That's my number 3.
Oh God, here we go.
Because it's a poor man's Dante's Peak is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, I suppose. I mean, there are bits in Dante's Peak where it's corny as hell and all that kind of thing, you know. And the kids are annoying.
Yeah.
And the grandma's annoying.
But child actors are annoying.
Yeah, in general they are, yeah. But, you know, Volcano, the kid is annoying.
Yeah.
There's another kid that's annoying.
Yeah.
Anne Hesh is annoying.
Yeah. And there's no way Tommy Lee Jones is turning Anne Hesh. I'm sorry. No way. No. Not after years with Ellen.
And then there's a bit at the end of the movie where, you know, the volcano's finished. It's spat its load out. And they're all sort of covered in ash and that. And, you know, the annoying kid actor goes, look at everybody's faces. Everybody's the same. Well, that's racism done. Woohoo!
Oh, that's fantastic. That is absolute. I never knew that. That is fantastic. Is that why South Park done that?
I don't know.
There was an episode of South Park where I can't remember what it was. They set this thing off and it was like a snake sort of thing, and it just kept growing and growing and growing and growing all the way around the world. And then when at the end of the episode, they all had ash all over their face. They all had like black all over their face. And Chef kind of pulls up in the car and he looks out the car and he's looking at the kids and they've all got blacked out faces and he's like, what the hell's going on?
Maybe. I've never seen that episode.
Is that a Volcano reference? That's fantastic.
Maybe it is, yeah.
Or am I just
that's like the last bit in Volcano, and it corny fucks.
Volcano's a terrible movie. War Machine's terrible in it. The fact that they
Shit, that's right, I forgot he was in it.
they stop the volcano with some cinder blocks. It's just, it eats through everything.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
not concrete.
And then they get concrete fucking cinder blocks, and I'm sitting there watching it going, nah. Dante's Peak was better. So my number 4 is came out. I can't remember when it came out. This movie was absolutely atrocious, and it's the only movie I've ever seen where they try to kickstart the Earth's core.
Oh God, yeah, I did nearly put that in there, but I thought I didn't deserve to be.
The core with Hilary Swank.
Yeah, and Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart.
Stanley
Tucci's in it. The Tooch is in it. You know, the Tooch can normally turn up and make a movie half decent. He couldn't make this anywhere near decent. Yeah, the core was terrible. From the word go, it's a terrible movie.
It's yeah, it is.
It has no redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
My number 3 was Volcano, the same as your number 4. So
my number 3 was actually the Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, what?
It's crap.
It's good.
It's not.
It's
bullshit, man. Come on.
A disaster movie, by its very definition, you're supposed to just be able to sit there and just shut down. Day After Tomorrow, you can do that.
Shut it off.
Plus, it's about global warming, which is happening right now.
Oh, yeah. And it makes its point so fucking realistically, yeah.
Of course it does.
That's bollocks.
You hide in the library, you'll be fine.
Yep. And you can outrun cold, apparently.
I've outrun a cold many a time.
And also, you can you know, if a big cold front is coming in, you can survive it just by putting some gas hobs on.
Yeah,
That works.
yeah.
Yep.
Nah, I don't see a problem with Day After Tomorrow. I went to the cinema twice to see that.
Jesus Christ, really? Wow.
So your number 2 is?
What was my number 2 again? My number 2, we're in the B-movie territory here.
I don't actually get into B-movie territory.
I did go through a phase a couple of years ago of, I'm going to finish that sentence quickly, I went through a phase a couple of years ago of watching a lot of B-movies on the Sci-Fi Channel and what have you. Not so much now, although I am looking forward to watching Sharknado 3. Sharknado 3, oh hell no.
Oh, hell no. Just to cut you off there, I think if we were ever going to try a live episode, Sharknado 3 could be the one, like
I think that could be doable.
a few beers, Sharknado 3.
Yeah, you don't watch that kind of thing sober.
And we just record it live and just see what the fuck happens.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's something to look into.
we'll look at that. Right, carry on.
My number 2 was Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
Now, my wife doesn't listen to this podcast, as you know. as we found out, nobody listens to it.
No,
Like,
nobody we know anyway.
friends and family don't
Yeah.
listen to it. I'm going to make her listen to that bit, because I literally said to her today, I bet he puts like some Crocosaurus versus fucking Sharktopus somewhere on there, and I feel vindicated, so I'm happy with that.
It's just a good bad movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's utter crap. It's about they find like a mega shark, a megalodon, I guess, and a giant octopus in the ice, and they break out the ice and start in present day and start tearing shit up, and they like crash a plane and sink a big ship, and there's one bit where the giant octopus has got sort of nuclear submarines and it's sort of shaking it about like Skittles. It's fucking awful. I'm speaking about it, but it's good.
No,
It is.
I don't ever want to see that. For my number 2, I went slightly off book, and I chose a zombie movie. I mean, I think zombie movies count as
Yeah, why not?
disasters. And I went with 28 Weeks Later, because I really liked 28 Days Later. I thought it was an excellent movie, so I couldn't put it in the best worst list. But 28 Weeks Later was just a shower of shite.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
He followed up a sterling first effort with quite a boring just piece of drivel. And it's got some wicked actors in it. It's got the likes of Robert Carlyle in it. It's got Rose Byrne in it. Jeremy Renner's in it. Idris Elba's in it. You know, it's got some wicked cast members. The movie is just ridiculous.
Huh.
It's exactly what World War Z is. But World War Z is just fucking awesome. You know, like, if you put... It's sort of the same thing, but World War Z is just fucking awesome.
It is.
So your number 1.
Sharknado.
I knew that was going to be your number 1.
That was really the only reason I wanted to do this, so I could say Sharknado.
Yeah. You wanted to have it at number 1 on one top 5,
Yeah.
didn't you? It had to go there
It
somewhere.
wasn't going to be a best movie or anything like that.
No.
I know it's crap. It's just,
But
you know.
You know what, though? Like, people are really, really feeling these Sharknado films.
Yeah.
It kind of almost broke Twitter, didn't it? The first movie.
Yeah, the first movie did, and then they're like doing sort of one a year.
Yeah.
So they brought the sequel out last July, and again, it sort of people went mental for it. I watched it. I think they show it on the Sci-Fi Channel here, like the day after the US.
Yeah.
So I had to watch it.
But you can't be too... You know what? If that many people are vibing on it and that many people are loving it, I've got no
Exactly.
problem. It's not a film I'm going to rush out to watch.
It's it's. I think I back in the day when we were running the website, I did a sort of in defence of kind of thing, and I just sort of said, it's you're not watching a Daniel Day-Lewis movie here. It's just it's a movie about a tornado that picks up sharks. That's
No, I'm alright with that one, because literally there's just that many people fucking loving it. My number 1 for my best worst disaster movie. Yeah, I went to the cinema to see this. I actually went with a couple of people, and we came out and there was a lot of hatred towards it. I personally thought it was actually quite good. Skyline,
oh god.
the movie in which Milo from 24,
Yeah.
Turk from Scrubs,
Yeah.
and Batista from Dexter, and one of the twins from Sweet Valley High. Skyline, fantastic film.
not.
I actually really enjoyed it. And yeah, okay, the same way you're saying that Sharknado, you really enjoyed it because it was bad. It's so bad, it's good. Skyline's so terrible, it's great.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I loved it, and there's a sequel coming.
Is there really?
Next year, and look at the caliber of stars they've got in this film for the sequel. The sequel is going to have Frank Grillo, guy that played Crossbones in Captain America.
Oh, right,
The
okay.
Winter Soldier.
Right.
It also has Iko Uwai. I can't even say his name. The chav from the raid.
Right.
The little chink chav who does all the Jakarta.
Isn't he in Star Wars?
Yeah, but he's also going to be...
He's doing this piece of shit.
He's going to be in Beyond Skyline.
Alright.
So that's my number one, Skyline. I loved it. I thought it was a great film.
You know what? For me, it's him. It's that fucking Milo fella.
Milo from 24.
Cannot be doing with him.
He looks fairly rapey, doesn't he?
I can't be doing with him.
If that's a reason to hate someone, I don't know. So that was quite a quick section.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
The best, worst movies of...
We've had better sections, really.
We have.
Yeah.
I thought it sounded like a good idea, and then when I sat down to make my list, I was like, uh-huh.
I was struggling at the start, and I kind of thought I'm going to text him and say, well, we just do the other one instead. You know, the original idea was the movies that we don't think are that bad.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Which we'll do in maybe the next episode or something. Yeah. I did actually. I was going to text you that, and then you said, "Oh, I've got mine." So I thought, shit.
Did you have any honourable mentions?
No.
I was going to put Poseidon on my list. The remake of the Poseidon Adventure.
I never saw that.
Kurt Russell was fucking stinking. I was going to put that on there, but I didn't. So with that, we will move on to the last section, which is my review of the heinously terrible movie Norbit.
Yeah.
But before that, I just want to play our promo.
Play the promo.
Can I play our promo? Is that like self-gratification?
Fuck off, play the promo.
Is it just like wanking yourself off on a podcast? I want to play the promo because I spent good time on it. We spent good time recording it, purely because the Jock and Nerd were getting a bit pissy that we hadn't done it yet. So we did it, we gave it to them, they played it, so now I'm going to play it because I'm actually quite proud of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
So let's go.
Put that coffee down.
Calling all film fans, want to add a little more fun to your podcast diet? Well, why not listen to the 365Flicks podcast, where the lads from Smallville, UK.
We love to bring you the latest news, our own special brand of meaningless movie nonsense, as well as a bunch of top fives you really won't care about.
I'm Kev.
I'm Chris.
We're pissy.
We're fanboys.
We're having another beer.
We're the 365Flicks podcast.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, iTunes, Podomatic, and many, many others.
Also look for us on musingsofageek.com and wickedradionetwork.com.
Sick of listening to all those overpaid movie critics?
Then tune into the 365Flicks podcast, your vocal heroes of pissy opinion. Oh, fuck yeah.
Shit, yeah. That's the balls. Like, I don't use the balls very often, but that's the balls right there. Like, as Matthew McConaughey would say, that's alright. I've been dying to do that all week.
Okay.
I don't know why, I've got a bit of a Matthew McConaughey thing right now. Yeah, so we're in the home stretch. This is the section where we recommend a movie to each other, and basically it's to recommend a movie that we might not necessarily have watched in the past. And would you like to explain to me why you chose this particular film? Because
you made me watch Biodome.
But I have made you watch... What was the last one I made you watch? I made you watch a good one, didn't I?
You got me to watch Basketball.
Yeah, that was a good
film. Which I quite enjoyed.
So why this?
To get you back for Biodome.
This is like...
Because I gave you...
You gave me Rat
Race.
Which has a connection to this movie.
Does it?
Yes.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Read your first note out, first of all.
So Chris made me watch Norbit. And he's right, I do have notes, because I make notes. And my first note at the top of the page is basically, you motherfucker. I mean, this film just comes out the gate with just every Eddie Murphy just cliche, just nah. If you haven't seen it,
probably don't.
If you haven't seen it, you're doing yourself a favour. It's another one of these. Eddie Murphy's going to play more than one role. He's going to put on a fat suit. He's going to use a dodgy Chinese accent. It's just atrociously bad. Just a little bit of a background. I've got here that it's written poorly. It's produced... By the way, it was written by Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy wrote this movie with his brother, Charlie Murphy. Why the hell he's writing scripts, I don't know. He plays 3 roles, as he normally does. He normally plays a few different roles.
Well, this was sort of after... This was when the career was really in a slump. And he'd had a bit of success with the Nutty Professor.
Yeah, but before he made this, he made that Dreamgirls, and he'd actually won an Oscar for that.
Yeah.
So he won an Oscar, and then he comes out with this
But you know, he was still making... I don't know how far apart they were, but did you ever see a movie called Life?
Yeah, Life.
That was good.
Life is an amazing film.
What was the one where, again, he played him and he played like a doppelganger? It had Heather Graham in it.
Bowfinger.
That was amazing.
You know what it is? I sat there watching this film thinking, oh, I could totally be watching Bowfinger right now.
That was a really funny film. And then, yeah, so it was kind of just trying to cling on and make.
I don't even think he was trying to cling on. I think he woke up every day while making this movie thinking, I'm going to make the worst movie possible. I think that's generally what he was doing.
You know what? I think he was trying to get back to making movies like The Nutty Professor and Coming to America and you know, those sort of older school movies where he was dressing up as, you know, different characters in it, some of them offensive, you know, and that kind of thing.
Even when he was being offensive in this movie, it was half-hearted. When he played the Chinese guy, because it took us a while to realise that he was actually doing the Chinese guy, like the voice, not the guy. But it took me a while. Once I did, he was being racist and he was being offensive, but it wasn't funny racist. It was like... It was kind of just like he was being racist for the sake of being racist, because it's funny. And it wasn't working. And he kept saying brack. He's like, oh, I got me an ugly brack brand. Like, ugly Ben? He wouldn't say Ben, but he was like, I've got me an ugly brack child.
Yeah, probably stop with that now.
I was just sat there like, oh my God, he was hitting every level of just crap that you could possibly hit. Like, comedy is comedy, and this was not comedy. Like, Eddie Murphy, just don't make anything else, please. Just, if you're going to make anything, make another Shrek movie. So basically, like, he plays Norbit, the main character. He plays Norbit's adopted father. Yeah, they touch on adoption. They go through the whole adoption, and he lives in an orphanage, a fucking orphanage, and nobody wants him because he's an ugly black child. Because that's how it works, you know? And then he grows up and he's in love with this girl who turns out to be Thandie Newton. No way Thandie Newton's going near Eddie Murphy. I'm sorry. No way. Not a chance. So she becomes Thandie Newton, but she moves away because apparently little black girls are wanted in the adoption agency. Little black boys aren't. And he grows up and he marries this really fat, ugly girl who is also played by him in a fat suit, and she is just the most unbelievably horrid character I've ever seen anyone play. She's no redeeming quality. She's just a fat bird who's like, she keeps going, how you doing? Like, how you doing? And every time she did it, I fucking cringed. There's very few comedic moments in this movie.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Very, very few. And I would say there's only one person in this movie who I would expect to be in this movie, and that's Terry Crews, because he'll do anything. He will do anything. He's in fucking Expendables, for Christ's sake. He'll do anything. But then you had, comedy-wise, you had Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin was just about on his game at this point. Like, he was doing a stand-up show. He's doing, like, done Undercover Brother, which, if you haven't seen, I recommend. It is quite a funny film.
I've never seen that.
It's just, yeah, not going down that road. You have Cat Williams, who I've never really liked, but he is quite funny. But those two guys were just like, they were just playing pimps. So they were literally just playing the worst version of themselves. Like, just didn't get it. You had Cuba Gooding Jr.
He was in that. I completely forgot about that.
Cuba Gooding Jr., fresh off an Oscar. Fresh off a fucking Oscar. And he makes Rat Race, which you made me watch. Then he makes this. Friggin' Norbit. The only good thing about his character is he's not being funny. I generally got the feeling that he was in it because he owed somebody something. Like, I think the director basically went to him and says, you owe me because I put you in something else, or I got you a job somewhere else, and he says, right, I'll pay you back.
Wasn't he was playing the sort of the love at the Norbit's true love's boyfriend, and he was a wrong'un or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He wasn't even a wrong'un, he was just an opportunist.
Yeah.
You know, like, that was the only redeeming thing for the movie, was the fact that Cuba Gooding Jr. really didn't want to be in it. You know, when you watch The Italian Job, the remake, and you can tell that Edward Norton is not having the ball that everybody else is having.
Yeah, I didn't bother with that.
Everybody in that movie's hooping and hollering, they're loving the movie, they're thinking life's great, and then you get to Ed Norton and he's really not happy to be there, like, he's fucking pissed off. But supposedly he was, like, locked into, like, a 3-movie picture deal, so he had to do it. But you can tell he ain't happy to be there. This movie, I think Cuba Gooding Jr. was the same.
Right.
So that's like your cast. Marlon Wayans, fuck me. Marlon Wayans. Playing Marlon Wayans, basically. Like, again, the worst version of himself. He was in, like, the Scary Movie movies.
Oh, God, right.
He's one of the Wayans brothers. There's, like, 20 of them. They make comedies. They're not funny, though. So, just a little bit of... this movie was never going to win an Oscar, but it was fucking nominated for an Oscar. This movie...
Was it?
This movie was nominated for Best Makeup category at the Oscars. Must have been a really slow year, I'm guessing. However, it was nominated for 8 Razzies. And it won 3.
Believe that, yeah.
It won 3 Razzies. Can you guess the 3 Razzies?
Worst actor?
Yep.
Worst director?
No.
No. Worst picture?
No.
Worst
actor, Eddie Murphy as Norbit. Worst supporting actor, Eddie Murphy as Rasputia. And worst supporting actor, Eddie Murphy as Mr. Wong. Eddie Murphy won 3 Razzies that year. All, like, supporting actor.
I bet he's got them on his shelf.
I bet he has, because he's just a gnat. I mean, it currently holds a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not quite a perfect 0. I actually went on and put a review on today, and it didn't take it down or up. It just remained at 9. So I was a bit gutted at that. I was hoping I could take it down to 8, but I didn't get there. For a little bit of... If you like listening to the podcast, which I'm assuming you do because you're listening to this one, there is a podcast out there called How Was This Movie? And a few months back, episode 48, 49 and 50, he done an Eddie Murphy retrospective. He basically started in the 80s and ended at the end, you know, like he done the whole spectrum. It is really good listening. It is fantastic. I think you should go and have a listen, like, and you will see the rise and fall of Eddie Murphy. And it was quite a sharp fall. Can't remember him talking about Norbit, but I maybe just took some drugs to forget about that. I wish I had.
Blimey.
So yeah, Norbit. I mean, normally we go through the movie and we talk about what kind of happened in that. I can't actually remember what happened at the end. He gets the girl, obviously.
He does. I can't remember what happens to the
youngest. She was coming down the stairs all the time while I was watching it. Scarlett. She kept running down the stairs, and just to appease her so that I could watch the movie with a little bit of peace, she was kind of sat on my lap. And there's a bit at the end when the whole town revolts against the fat bird because that's what you do. It's a movie, and the Chinese guy comes out and he's got like a spear because apparently he's into hunting whales. A subplot that just passed me right by. And he kind of throws the spear and it goes in her ass, and it's not funny. I mean, how many times have we seen this? How many times are they going to do this joke? This is the worst time they've done it, by the way. I did get a little laugh because my daughter Scarlett was in hysterics.
Fair enough.
Because the fat girl got a spear in her bum.
Didn't that happen with Rat Race as well? Not spear in the bum, but she was loving it.
Oh yeah. No, that was Ruby was loving Rat Race. She loved that. She watched that whole film. She actually, she thanked you for that.
Did she?
But yeah, it hits the lowest every mark. I can't actually remember laughing out loud.
No, I don't think I did. I actually bought the video back in the day because I was a big Eddie Murphy fan. You know, I loved Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
That's another Blu-ray I've got downstairs. You know, I loved Nutty Professor. Not so much the second one.
Like I say, if you get a chance yourself, have a listen to How Was This Movie, and you'll just remember some of the great movies he's been in. This isn't one of them. It really fucking isn't. And I don't think anybody should ever watch it, and we should just erase it from our memories, and let's just be done with that one.
Fair enough.
I am not happy with you, by the way. That really, really irked me. Like, I've seen some bad movies in my time. This one was just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like, there was no character. There wasn't one character I could root for. Even Norbit, I was kind of like, just grow some fucking spine. Just tell the woman you don't want to be with her anymore, and he tells her, and then she's like, yeah, no, I'm done with Norbit. I'm done.
Fair enough.
I am coming up to recording. I had no idea what movie I was going to recommend you, and I was trawling through Netflix looking for just some horrendous movie for you. Because I knew Norbit was going to be terrible. And I was trawling. Well, an intervention came because I was listening to another podcast that I listened to, Skip to the End podcast. Did you listen to it this week?
No, I've not.
They've done a rewatch of a movie. I'm kind of stealing the idea from them because they've done a rewatch of a movie from a few years back. And yeah, I've seen the movie more than once, regrettably more than once. And I think it's about time you watch it. And I'm going to give you a hand. If it's not on Netflix, we'll find it and I'll get it for you. Have you ever seen The Room?
I don't think so.
It's a movie directed, written, produced, edited, starring, sang the theme tune, wrote the theme tune, Tommy Wiseau, or Wiseau. It's got a weird way of saying his name. You're watching The Room, my friend.
The Room. Okay, all right.
I think you'll enjoy it. It's a cult classic,
Brilliant.
which pretty much means it's
Shit.
great. But yeah, thanks to those boys for rewatching that movie, because it kind of just totally skipped my mind. And as soon as they said it, I was like, yes, that is what you're watching, my friend.
Probably thanks to them as well, because you did threaten me with High School Musical the other day. So
Yeah. I was going to get
I
you
think
to
I'd probably
watch...
rather watch The Room.
No, you won't.
No? Right, okay.
I actually can't wait to hear this. But like I say, if you can't get a hold of it, we'll get a hold of it. And that's the review of Norbit. So
Not as bad as I expected.
no, I think I could have went more rantier, but literally I was devastated at the fact that you made me watch that. I was devastated, I really was. And you're going to know, when you start watching this movie, you're going to know how devastated I was, because I would never inflict this on my worst enemy. I wouldn't.
Okay.
So the moment we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
What was it, episode 11? We done the debate.
Yeah.
It was Iron Man 3 versus The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, and we got the results in episode 12.
And I won, like, by
Good.
it wasn't by a small margin either, it was pretty much a landslide. We got like 3 people voted. No, we actually got a few more.
We got a few.
We got a few more.
I got 1 vote.
And I have to thank everyone, because you really came together on that one. And I have noticed on the Facebook and the Twitter, you're coming together a lot more. I'll edit that bit. You're coming forward and you're giving us the you're commenting, and thank you very much. If you want to find us, we're on Facebook, 365Flicks, Twitter the same, 365Flicks Pod. There's all sorts of other ways you can find us. Just keep listening, and if you have something you want to say, just say it, and we'll tell you you're wrong, because you are.
More than likely.
But the result of that was that you got the forfeit, that you had to sing this classic.
Well, I'm a badass cowboy living in the cowboy days. Thinking when you got yo-yo bang bang. Me and Artemis like rock.
Never gets old. Never gets old. So how would you like to do this?
I don't know how far I'm going to get through this, man.
I am fucking loving this.
For the last probably 10 minutes, I've been sat thinking about it.
I thought you went quiet in the Norbit review. Right, so you are going to sing Wicca Wicca Wild Wild West. The backstory on that is that we don't like that movie. We've slayed it quite a few times.
Yeah, we did it. We quite a few episodes ago now. We talked about best our favourite original movie songs, and I, because I'm never wrong, obviously, put Wild Wild West by Will Smith as one of my top 5. Which I still maintain.
I'm alright with the song. No, I'm not alright with the song at all.
So you originally suggested that the person who lost the debate would have to do the Will Smith version, and me and my wisdom,
being a cocky cock.
Yeah, being a right cocky cock, suggested the Eric Cartmans version. Which right now I'm really regretting. Well, probably not as much as having to do the Will Smith version.
See, I did just say that we would do like one verse of the Will Smith, which would have been so easy because he can't rap. He's terrible. So it would have been so easy for you to do, but no. Little Mr. I'm never wrong and I'm not losing this debate decided, let's do the Eric Cartman version.
See, that's the thing. When I suggested it, it was actually you doing it in my head. So I thought, it'll be fine.
And just Just for the record, I would have totally nailed this. I don't have to now, but...
Can occasionally do a Cartman voice. I'm going to try and do it in a second. I don't know how it's going to come out.
So do you need like a countdown or a drum roll? Do you want the song played in the background? Or when we got all this tech, we brought in we brought in a soundboard and tried to make it sound really professional. It's an app on the iPad and I'm totally loving it. Like, I know I fucked up earlier on, but I'm loving it.
Oh, I definitely.
So do you want the
right
in the background?
Okay.
I could put it at like a nice low level so you could listen. I get the feeling I'm going to be editing this bit.
I think you probably are. This is going to take me a second, mind. This is really going to take me a second. Okay, alright.
Would you like me to just turn around?
I want you to fuck off home, to be honest.
It would have been so much easier over Skype.
It would have been, yeah, because you
could have just stood in the other room. Don't be a sore loser, alright?
I'm not a sore loser, I'm a fucking pussy. You are going to have to do some heavy editing here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because it's going to take me a couple of goes.
So do you want the song playing, or...?
I think so, I'm going to need this song playing. Is it going to be full volume, or... No, like, in my head? Go and play it one time for me here.
Okay. so you can get the beat.
Alright.
Wicked, red cowboy from the west side. Wicked, strike, yo, bang, bang. Me and Artemis, Clyde,
there is no way in hell I'm getting through that. Prissy pants, I'm not getting there. I'm fucking not getting there.
I'll tell you what, right? If you get to Prissy Pants, that's you done. Alright? If you get to it, at least.
Right.
Right?
Don't fucking look at me.
You want to play it again? What the hell happened there? Well, you just have to remember, well, I'm a badass cowboy. And that's you in. That's the beat.
Hold on, let me practice it first.
Are we allowed to record the practice?
No. I'm a badass. Practice my Cartman voice. Fuck you! Is that Cartman-y? Fuck you!
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all Cartman-y. It's all gravy.
Alright, okay. Right, here we go. Right.
You gonna go?
And go. Nope.
You have to give it a second. Right, go.
Right.
Wait, go.
Well, I'm a bad... Nah.
Oh, this is so written, edited. Big time. Okay. Is it easier without the car?
Probably easier without that on.
Right.
Right.
I'll just edit that in later. Go.
I'm not looking at you. Okay, give me a minute. Right, get a grip. Right, okay. Now, don't look at me. Don't fucking laugh. Why am I bad? Fuck, that's not going to happen. Right, stop it. Right. Fuck you. Right, I'm going up to Big Metal Spider. Right, okay. Well, I'm a bad... Well, I'm a bad... well, I'm a badass cowboy living in the bad... Oh, no, man. Fuck. Aye. This is why I'm not on the X Factor. Just that reason. Why am I badass cowboy living in the cowboy days? Wiggle, crash, yo, bang, bang. Me and the animals Clive from Silver. That's it. Aye. That's all I'm doing. Fuck me, man.
Are we happy with that?
I'm not happy with that at all. That was awful.
Right, well, we'll have to put that out to the public. Are they happy with that?
I'm going to get a fucking shiny shite. I'm not doing that again.
You may have to come back and redo that.
I'm not redoing that.
It was a good effort.
It wasn't at all.
I'll get some editing done and it'll sound a little bit better.
Just put Cartman in the background. Yeah, aye. Nah, that was terrible. Oh dear.
I thought you were going to get to Prissy Pants.
I wasn't going to get to Prissy Pants. I could barely get to fucking Cowboy.
Well, I think that was a good effort.
Oh dear.
It was meant to sound like that.
Well, I'm a badass cowboy living in the cowboy days. Wicked, strike, yo, bang, bang. Me and Artemis, Clyde, Bronco,
from the Big Metal Spider. A wicked. There you go. Did better that time.
He's going to say wicked.
Wicked, strike, yo, bang, bang. Me and Artemis, Clyde, Bronco, save Salmon, Frog, Party, Prissy Pants, go dances. Well, rubber Tuscan.
And that's that.
Oh dear.
So he tried. I'll give him his dues.
I did try.
it just didn't work out. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, mate.
No, see, I am a massive pussy with stuff like that. I can't do karaoke either, because that would happen.
Well, let's hope the next debate you don't lose. Because
there won't be a forfeit on the next one, though. So.
I might pick a worse song. So, that's it for episode 13 of the 365Flicks podcast. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for listening, and apologies for the Cartman song.
And to everyone out there, please come back again, and we're only going to get better now that we've got.
Oh hell yeah!
I think
that was good.
It's worked out. It's worked out for the new studio. I'm happy. Do you know what we're going to do for episode 14?
We'll think of something.
Yeah, we'll think of something. We've got many coals and many irons and many fires.
Oh yeah.
So with that, I'm going to play the outro.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.